Hello, iPraise volunteers. We're so glad to see you guys. If you're watching this, you are on iPraise this Sunday, April 24th, Easter. And we are going to absolutely do the most craziest thing I could ever imagine during worship. And I'll tell you about it in just a second. But we're real excited that you're here. We know this is going to be a big week because a lot of visitors are going to be in, whether they're visiting from Austin or visiting with family and friends from out of town. So we really want to be here to welcome them. And we're going to have a big group, so we want to encourage you all to be sure and be there as close to 10:15 as possible to help the transition. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, on to the main event. If you look at the PDF over here, looks just like this. We're going to be talking about the King and who is our King, and it's Jesus. And we're going to be talking about Easter, of course. And our scripture is a great scripture, John 3:30. Jesus must become more important while I become less important, which has got a huge impact on our kids, especially when selfishness and not being able to think outside of where they are at the time is a challenge, especially for our preteens. So it's going to be a great opportunity to help them through that. So we got some neat questions to ask, and then we're going to be playing a game, and this is where it gets wild. We're going to be having each of the three groups play with a piñata. I didn't stutter. So you're going to have a piñata full of candy. You're going to have the stick. Kids are going to have a chance to whack the piñata. Not sure how we're going to hang it. It'll be kind of an interesting endeavor. We'll figure it out. Then when they break open the piñata, they'll get to enjoy the candy, and then you get to talk to them about it, because the piñata helps us to remember Jesus. I know it's hard to believe, but it does. And it talks about how the piñata reminds us of Jesus' body that was bruised and broken on Calvary, and how we each had a part in his death. And then it talks about the candy reminds us of the blood that he poured and he shed for us. And then us getting the candy is us receiving the gift of Jesus Christ. And so if you read through that and then talk about it, that can be some pretty impactful. And some of the kids will go and get the candy right away. Some of the kids will wait. Some of the kids are very eager to receive Jesus. Some of the kids aren't sure. So it's a really great way to talk about sharing, and there's some real great life lessons that we can learn with this. Plus they get candy. So I promise you, this probably hasn't happened before. I'm sure it's happened somewhere else, but definitely not here. So be prepared for a little piñata fun, and a great way to tie that into what Jesus did for each one of us in his resurrection. So look forward to seeing you on Sunday, and you guys have a great week.